All right. Always. My name is Hamza. I will be your host. And today we're having another Speak With Me live stream. But before we start, I think a lot of you will be very confused as to why are we live streaming on Monday instead of Tuesday. Again, unfortunately, like this is summer and I'm traveling currently, so I'm not very stable in one place, and sometimes things happen, and I need to like change time every now and then. But I hope it only will be this month for the month of August. Go into a more stable like program or schedule for our live streaming. So for those of you who are probably watching the live stream for the first time, this is WooEnglish. Our channel is specialized and is the best channel that you can use to learn English unconsciously. The idea of our channel is that you can learn English without actually watching lessons. Like you can watch English and unconsciously. How can you do that? Well, you actually have already done that. You learned it without any formal lessons. You didn't learn your first language in school. You learned it at home while you were playing, while you were having fun. So this is the idea behind our channel. So we believe that if you want to learn a language, grammar comes later. So the first thing that you need to do when you want to learn a language is to expose yourself to it. And that's the thing that we offer you. We offer you a in order to internalize English rather than like consciously learn it. So let me see who is new here or who is watching the live. People watching, I'm sure a lot of you are watching this live stream for the first time. Let me know where are you watching us from. So I'm live streaming from Morocco, from the north of Morocco. So my country is Morocco. What about you? What is your country? Let's start from this point, and then we will go as we always do, and we are going to like see a series of slides through which we are going to like help you practice your English. That they can. I was saying like a lot of people have a big problem, which is that they don't have someone to practice their English with. And this is what we try to offer through the live sessions. So the live sessions, you have me. I am a teacher. I'm someone who is trained to speak with you in English, so that or and also help you speak better English. So I hope you will seize the opportunity today and speak with me in English. You can practice the activities that I'm going to give you later on. You can practice them at home and tell me in the chat how well did you do. I already see someone, Isa, I think, Isa or Isa. Welcome, and let me know where are you joining us. So I would love for you to come to the chat. Where are you watching the live stream from? Before, as I said, before we can go and start going through our slides and learning some useful English. So as I said, I am from Morocco. What about you? I see more people joining, so welcome. This is WooEnglish that you are watching. We help you expose yourself to English, which we believe is the first and the biggest step towards learning English. You need to expose yourself to English first. This is something that I always say. Unconsciously internalizing and learning English grammar and learning English vocabulary. Eritrea, wonderful. So you are from Africa as well. Me too. I'm from Africa. I'm from North Africa. So we have Isa from Eritrea, for example. Who else is watching the live stream? Wonderful. How are you doing? Keep going. I am going to keep going. What about you? Where are you joining us from? I'm sorry, I cannot read your name because it's written in a quite like in a Latin letters. I am from Morocco. Where are you from? Let's consider it a task. Let's consider this the first task. So I have someone from Eritrea, for example. What are the other nationalities that we have with us today on the live stream? So as I was saying, our channel specializes in teaching you English in an indirect way. Like you are not studying lessons, but you are exposing yourself to English, and we share one story every single day. You can listen to that story while you are driving, while you are doing your chores, while you are doing your morning walk, while you are doing cleaning the house. So while you are listening to our stories, and by the way, our stories are not only fiction, we have a lot of very interesting topics. And our topics are current topics like actuality, what's going on in the world. Like we touch upon politics, we talk about science, we talk about biography, like people who are very famous. These are some of the things that we love to touch upon. All right, so I'm gonna skip this one. Maybe you can share with me your country later on, but first let's go to the first activity, and it's a fun fact warm up. So fun facts warm up, and the first question is the following: what animal can survive in outer space? Like, what is the animal that can stay alive even if they go out of the earth, out of our planet? Is it a cockroach, a jellyfish, frog, or a tardigrade? Tardigrade is a microscopic animal, microscopic creature. It's not an insect, but it's a kind of microscopic being, like microscopic creature. Which animal do you think can survive in space? Some of those are like very, very good at surviving in very harsh environments. But only one is capable, as far as we know, is capable of surviving in outer space, like outside of the atmosphere of our planet. Is it A, is it B, is it C, or is it D? You can simply write for me the correct letter. As I was saying, normally we live stream every Tuesday and Friday. But today, since I'm traveling and since I have a lot of engagement, like I have a lot of things going on during summer, so I decided to like simply go and live stream today. Maybe I will meet new people. I am sure we have like people watching this live stream for the first time. Uh, and I hope you will not be shy for long because our live stream is only 1 hour long. You have 1 hour, you can speak with me, you can share with me your questions, even if you have any questions related to learning English. I'm here for you, or I'm here to help you. So if you have any questions concerning learning English, drop them in the chat and I'm going to explain them in details. Or you can help me, of course, answer any questions that you already know. Which animal can survive in outer space outside of the Earth's atmosphere? So that's simply the tardigrade. And for those of you wondering what is a tardigrade, it's this animal on top of my head. It's a microscopic animal, and it has proven that it can survive almost everywhere, like any environment. Like even it was even found in volcanoes, believe this or not, and in very hot lakes, like bodies of water, like there is water, and some places the water is very hot naturally. It comes out from the heart of the earth, very hot, and these animals, these bastards, can survive there, and they can also survive in outer space. So let's move on to the next question. The next question is the following: in which planet it rains diamonds? Let me just go on. Yes. All right. I would say diamonds are All right, I apologize for that. Sorry. Let me very quickly share the PPT that we were working on. All right, I see someone with the name in. All right, so the first question that we started with, again, maybe I should recapitulate. All right, so I was saying that for those of you probably who are watching this live stream for the first time, sorry, we had some technical issues. So for those of you watching this live stream for the first time, this is WooEnglish. Our channel is mainly specialized in teaching English in a very peculiar way. Like it's teaching English through listening. So we believe that's the natural, best way that you can learn English or any language in. We started today's session with a fun fact section, and the first question was, what is the animal that can survive even in outer space? And we have already answered this question, and we said that it's a tardigrade, and it's the beautiful animal that you can see. It's a microscopic animal. It's like you cannot see it unless you have a digital or electronic microscope. But these animals or these beings, they can survive in very, very harsh environments. The second question that we asked is, which planet rains diamonds? And I was explaining that on planet Earth, diamond is a very expensive, like it's very expensive rocks, like they are very expensive. And well, in this planet, it's actually raining that. Diamonds are much, much more expensive than gold. But in this planet, it's simply raining that. To make a diamond, you should have like very special circumstances. And that's why it's very rare here on planet Earth. So I have a D. So one question says, one follower, I cannot pronounce your name. It's written in Russian script. Sorry, I cannot read that. But they say it's D. Or he says it's D, Mercury. All right, let's see the correct answer. It's actually Saturn. And in Saturn, it rains 1,000 tons of diamonds every single year. As I said, diamonds require very special circumstances to be made. All right, this is a quite interesting question as well. And the question is, right, what is the most stolen food in the world? What is the most stolen food in the world? Is it chocolate, cheese, coffee, or bread? Let me see your guesses. I would love to see your guesses. What is the most stolen food in the world? Like the food that gets stolen the most, or that gets stolen more than others. Give me your guesses. Even if your guess is not in this list, I would love to hear it. But what is a food? Is it chocolate, cheese, coffee, or bread? All right, so the answer simply is cheese, actually. And I think this comes from the fact that like cheese is I don't know, it takes a lot of time for it to rot, like for sometimes. All right, let's move, I think, to pronunciation. I think this will be more interesting and more related to what you guys are wanting to watch or want to watch. All right, so pronunciation. All right, not translate. Well, yes. Say this 3 times fast and tell me how well did you do. Big blue balloons, big blue balloons, big blue balloons, big blue balloons. You say them 3 times and then you tell me in the chat if you did it well or if you found it difficult. Big blue balloons, big blue balloons, big blue balloons. This type of exercises is what we call in English a tongue twister. Like a tongue twister is a very difficult sentence to say, and when you say it, it's very difficult to move from one sound to the other. Big blue balloons, big blue balloons. Here, like the sounds get mixed together in your mouth. But if you practice the more and more, your pronunciation, or more specifically, your articulation, your production of sounds will get better and better. So big blue balloons, big blue balloons, big blue balloons. Tell me if you did it in the chat and tell me how difficult was it for you before I'm gonna add one more word. I'm not sure if I can see everything in the chat. Can you say this 3 times fast and tell me how well did you do? Because I don't know if I'm watching if I'm getting all the comments. Because sometimes I know there are comments, but I'm not notified. All right, let's see. So let me just check if everything is good. All right. All right, so yeah, that's all we have. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna add one more word. Big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce. So we are adding one more word now. Big blue balloons bounce. You can try them at home, of course. I cannot hear you, but you can tell me how well did you do. Because I cannot hear you say it. Big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce. Say them 3 times and try to say it fast. And if you find it difficult, you can try to say it slowly and then go faster and faster. Big blue balloons bounce. Translation is not visible. The English translation is not visible. The English logo is in the way. But there is no translation. I said the. So what you need to do is to say the sentence in front of you 3 times. Right? So big blue balloons bounce. As I said, if you find it difficult, you can try saying it slowly and then go faster and faster. Big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce. And of course, since I cannot hear you, you can tell me. By the way, this is an exercise that news reporters, like people that you see on TV, before they go live, they are afraid of making pronunciation mistakes. They make this exercise, or they do this exercise to practice, like talking very fast without making any mistakes. It's a very, very important exercise. Big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce. I'm going to add one more word now. Big blue balloons bounce boldly. 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 All right, I think I did well. I think I did well. Big blue balloons bounce boldly. Big blue balloons bounce boldly. All right, I'm making mistakes now. It's quite difficult, like when you try to say it faster and faster. So if you found it difficult, you can either take out one word or take out 2 words and say like just big blue balloons, or big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce, or you can say big blue balloons bounce boldly, big blue balloons bounce boldly, big blue balloons bounce boldly. You can say either one that you find yourself comfortable saying. But the challenge is to say it 3 times and to say it fast. That's the challenge, because you are like putting your mouth into like a very good exercise of producing different sounds very fast. Like your tongue needs to move from one sound to the other. Big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce, big blue balloons bounce. So you can see that with time, even me, I'm getting better and better. I cannot hear you, so you can tell me how well did you do in the chat. All right, let's move on to the next one. Yes, all right. So this is a very good exercise as well. This is an adjective, meaning it's a vocabulary exercise. Guess the emotion. So I have for you three emojis, and you need to guess from the emojis what is the emotion that we have. Guess the emotions from the emojis. What is the emotion that is represented here? I'm sorry, sometimes I will need to check on my phone to see if everything is going well. What is the emotion that is represented or that is depicted by the emojis? All right, I'm gonna give you a little bit of help. All right, perfect, perfect. Can you please write for me your name in English so that I know how to pronounce your name? Can you write for me your name in English? Because I cannot. You've been doing some good job from the very beginning. I see that you are very interactive, but I cannot pronounce your name and call you with your name. Can you write for me your name in English if you don't mind? Anger, absolutely. I'm totally agreeing with you, or I totally agree with you. So this is anger. The challenge now. Do you know any other words for anger? Sad or sadness. We should say sadness, but this is not sadness. This is definitely not sadness. This is something different than sadness. Furious. All right. Sinu says furious. All right, I totally agree with you. We can say this is angry, that you are furious. Very good. Do you know any other words for furious or angry? So angry, furious. All right. Do you know any other words? Synonyms? So, angry, furious. Do you know any other synonyms for when you are angry? Can you give me some other synonyms? My friend from Russia or from Ukraine, I don't know, says angry. My friend Sinu says furious. Do you know any other synonyms for that? Any other words? A very common word, I'm going to share it with you. A very common word that we can also use is mad. So we can say angry, furious, mad. Let me go back to the emoji. So we can say for the emojis that we have here, we can say angry, furious, or mad. All three, like they have the same meaning: angry, furious, mad. Though the degree is different. Like they represent different degrees of the same emotion or the same feeling. All right, let's look at the next one. Yes, angry. So you see it here, angry, absolutely. All right, what about this one? When you see a ghost, when you see something like when you hear a loud noise, when you see someone or a monster or a ghost, how do you feel? When you see a monster, a ghost, how do you feel? I didn't want to tell you more because I'm gonna give out the word. How do you feel? Horror. All right. All right. So for my friend who refuses to tell me his name, Horror. All right. We can say horror. Terrified. Very good. Sino, you're doing a great job. Sino, where are you from? And the same for my friend here. Unfortunately, this is not sadness. I don't think this is sadness. When you see a monster or when you see a ghost, you will not feel sad. You will feel terrified or you will feel horrified. We don't say horror, we see horrified. From India, wonderful. Oh, you were here, I think, last time. I think I remember you from last time, if I'm not mistaken, because I have a lot of friends from India. A lot of viewers are from India, actually. And I like that. Because I know it's very late at night there in India. So I know you guys are doing a great job staying up late, maybe working, and still wanting to learn some English. I like that. So, terrified. There is an easier one, actually, which is scared. Scared. Second, smile, sadness. The second one. I see what you mean. I see. All right. So the word actually is scared. Scared. You feel scared when you see a monster. Or we can say you feel terrified, like my friend here, Sino, said. Or you can say we feel horrified. So scared, terrified, right? Scary. All right. There is another word that I would love to remember. Yeah, fearful or afraid. All right. Afraid. Yes, all of these have the same meaning. So we can say when you see something scary, you will feel horrified, scared, terrified, or afraid. For example, there are some people who are horrified, scared, terrified, afraid of darkness, for instance. And what about your name? So you are from Russia. Good. We don't have that many people from Russia, so I'm very happy that finally someone is joining from there. And what is your name? Because I cannot read the Russian script. I cannot read the Russian writing. So when you see a monster, when you see a ghost, you will feel horrified, scared, terrified, afraid. All of these they have the same meaning. I want to ask you a question. What is the difference between? I'm writing for you the Eldar. Wonderful, Eldar. Finally, Eldar. All right. What is the difference between scared and scary? Can you tell me what is the difference between scared and scary? What is the difference between scared and scary? Both of them are related to the same feeling, the feeling of being afraid. But what is the difference between the two? What is the difference between scared and scary? And if you would love that to do that, you can use them in a sentence. That will be very easy for you. You can use them in a sentence even. Like instead of explaining, I know a lot of people cannot explain their ideas well, especially in English. So instead of explaining, you can either explain if you can, or you can give me two sentences, each word in one sentence. So you can give me two sentences, each sentence has one word, and then you can tell me how we pronounce them. Or what is the difference between them? Sorry. Scared and scary. What is the difference between these two words? I see people watching from X, from Twitter, but I never had the chance to have someone speak with us. Let me check if people are watching from X. Let me go to X. So can someone give me some examples? All right. But I don't see any comments on the. Let me see. Let me see. All right. Let's see. Test. I want to just test like WooEnglish from X if it's gonna show. I'm scared. All right. So let's see Sino. Sino doing a great job here. So Sino is going to explain to us what is the difference between scared and scary. I'm scared of snakes. That horror movie was scary. That's 10 out of 10. Wonderful. You did a great job. So basically, the difference is that scared is how I feel, and scary is what caused the feeling of fear, right? So scared is the feeling, and scary is the source. Like, why are you afraid or why are you scared? Unfortunately, I don't see my comments on. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see my comments on X because I see some people watching from X, but I don't know if they are participating. If there is if there is a problem that doesn't allow me to see your comments or what. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Yes, so the feeling that we saw here is scared. And by the way, let me go back. This goes to a lot of adjectives in English. A lot of people confuse a lot of adjectives in English. I'm going to give you an example. Interesting, and let's see, interested. Interesting. All right. Okay. So source, feeling. I'm gonna help you. I'm helping you here a lot. Source and feeling. All right. So I have two words for you. I have two words for you right now. Interesting and interested. Which one is the source? Which one is the feeling? Interesting and interested. Which one is the source? Which one is the feeling? Interesting. Is it the source or the feeling? What do you guys think? All right. So my friend Sino, I'm going back to that by the way. So my friend Sino says, interesting is the source, and interested is the feeling, and that's absolutely correct. And this applies to a lot of adjectives in English. So we have the same adjective, but sometimes it has ing, sometimes it has ed. When it has ing, it means the source of the feeling. When it has ing or when it has ed, it means the feeling. One example is interesting and interested, for example. So I am interested in mathematics, for example, or I'm interested in learning English. So I am interested. It's a feeling, right? But if we say, for example, the movie was interesting, that means it's a source of interest, right? All right, let's go back. All right. Okay, so guess the phrase. So I have a sentence for you here. Can you guess the phrase? Or can you guess the sentence here? So what is the sentence here? I don't know if some of you can guess it. So this is a sentence that you can make from these two emojis. Thank you so much, Sino. Actually, I'm very tired today. Our classes are much, much more interesting. But thank you so much. And I see what you did there. I see the use of the word interesting there. That was wonderful. So, nor I'm traveling, right? I'm traveling, and I've been driving like almost all the day, and uh, I'm in the middle of a lot of things. So the live streams are much more interesting when I'm stable and yeah, everything is programmed. But make sure to follow, of course. And please don't forget to double click on the screen. If you can double click on the screen to like the video, that would be very, very helpful for the channel. Did anyone guess what is the sentence that I'm looking for? All right, I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to share it. The sentence very simply is be positive, right? That's a B and that's a plus. And plus, of course, signifies positive, right? So be positive. Let's see if you can guess this one. This is a proverb in English. It's a proverb, it's a saying, it's a wise sentence that we say in English. Can you guess it? All right. So as I said, this is a saying in English. If we meet an elephant, what would you say? What is the question? So the question is, what is the phrase or what is the proverb that we have in this sentence? This is a proverb in English. All right. So the proverb, I'm going to share it with you again. If we meet an elephant, what do you do? I'm not going to do anything. An elephant has a big brain. You are a little bit close. All right. So the sentence or the saying is elephants never forget. This is a sentence in English. And this is, by the way, a scientific fact. Well, they have a very strong memory. They can remember you after 20, 30, 40 years. They can still remember you. And the elephants are a symbol of memory in English. So when they say elephants never forget, basically what the proverb means is that, for example, if you do something, I can tell you, hey, elephants never forget, meaning I will never forget that, right? Okay, let's look at the second one. All right, what about this one? So again, I'm looking for a phrase. I thought you are talking about rhymes. Oh no, 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 it's not rhymes. Grace, how are you, by the way? A lovely morning, elephant out. I like that. I like that you already came up with the rhyme. Grace, let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought about writing anything in English for kids? Because I see that you are good at writing rhymes. Frozen fish. Great, Grace. I think Eldar is closer. Frozen fish. Can you change the word frozen, Eldar? Can you change the word frozen with another word that has the same meaning? Can you change the word frozen with less temperature? If something is frozen and we take it out of the fridge, how does it become? It's not hot yet. It becomes how? Good. Grace. Absolutely. That's it. It's not frozen fish. Sorry. It's cold fish. And cold fish in English, cold fish means unfriendly person. Well, unfriendly or unemotional person. For example, I'm gonna share everything on the screen. My neighbor never says hi. He is such a cold fish. All right. So this is an example. All right. So cold fish, when I say that someone or when I describe someone as a cold fish, I mean that they are unfriendly or unemotional. They don't show a lot of emotions. This is an example. My neighbor never says hi. He is such a cold fish. So someone who is a cold fish, if you describe someone as a cold fish, that means that they don't show emotions. Is this one clear? All right. So cold fish simply means an emotional person, and that's what the emoji showed. So it's cold fish. Cold fish again for people who just joined. Cold fish. When you describe someone as being cold fish, that means they are unemotional and friendly. Okay, I think this one, I think you guys can guess this one very easy because it's a very common one. It's a very known one. All right, I was muted. So, Eldar says time is money. Do you guys agree with Eldar? Sino agrees with him. All right, interesting. You all agree, guys, that time is money? Do you agree with this phrase? Time is money? Really? So we can't have any fun? Time is money. You guys are correct. But what does that mean? Time is money. Grace, same answer for Grace. Time is money. Can someone explain to us what does that mean? Time is money. Use your English skills and try to explain to us what do we mean by the phrase time is money. You can look, even if your sentence, if your definition, if your explanation is not perfect English, it's totally fine. All right, very good. Sino, for example, says time should be used wisely and efficiently. My friend here, I don't know what he's saying, my friend Ildar, but I cannot read the Russian, my friend Ildar, unfortunately. Let me translate. I want to translate. Uh, do you have a similar phrase in your language? For example, in my language, which is Arabic, I don't think we have something like that. Like in Arabic, we don't have something called time is money. We don't have like a similar proverb. I don't know about your languages, guys. Do you have something similar to this one? All right, let me move on. All right, guess the sentence. Well, I want you to look at the screen. You have 3 sentences, and I want you to make a sentence out of the emojis. I want to tell you something. Here, I'm not expecting one sentence. any sentence that you can formulate is correct. What is in his hand? Well, it's simple. Well, there is an egg. There is an egg. There is a pen with an egg in it. But I use this one just as an example, or this emoji simply represents cooking, right? That's a cook. All right, let's see. Let's see. Grace, for example, says, eat a healthy diet rather than junk. All right, I accept that. As I said, it's for younger ones to eat a good diet. I totally agree. All right, we'll come back to that. The cook has prepared breakfast for the guests. That's a nicer one because the sentence that Elder gave me, it includes everything. Let me go back to my friend Grace here. Can you guys suggest some good eating tips? For example, no sugar, for instance. That's one. I don't know about that, but that's one of the things that a lot of people recommend is that we should reduce sugar. Can you give me some other good eating habits? We're going to deviate a little bit from the exercise, but that's okay. All right, senior. The chef cooked pasta for the guests. I like that. It's using even one more emoji, which is the pasta or the spaghetti, for example. Have a protein diet. Sure, yeah. A lot of people. Well, yes, I totally agree with you. Should have some protein in our food. All right. Okay, I like this one. Can you write for me a sentence based on the pictures or on the emojis you see? Write for me a sentence. Let me see. Omelette and Maggie for the kids. All right, that's I think that was the first one. What about this one? All right. Yeah, let's see. Grace, summer vacation. All right. So let's see Grace's sentence. So Grace says summer vacation in the beach with music. Okay, Elder, I really like Elder's sentence because he added a very interesting word, which is sunbathing. Sunbathing is when you lay in the sun, and which also we call tanning. Tanning, right? All right. Time to sunbathe, take pictures, and eat some ice cream. I really like your sentence, man. And it's well formulated, by the way. The quest. The quest, where have you been? I remember you from the other time. Let's go to the beach, take a sunbathe, collect some pictures, and have an ice cream together. I really wonderful. Very creative sentences. That's amazing. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. As I said, I don't try to force any sentence on you. We have the same emojis, and each one of you can formulate one different sentence from the other. So let's see how you will do with this one. Yeah, I was lost in history. All right. Your comment goes hand in hand with your avatar, with your picture, your profile picture. It looks very historical for me. All right, let's see. Sino says, I enjoyed the sunny day at the beach, took photos, and ate ice cream. That was for the previous one. The quest for the current one. I got sick, so I went to the hospital and saw a doctor. He gave me pills and asked me to quarantine. Wow, using some fancy words. By the way, you know that the word quarantine, this word quarantine, which means to isolate yourself when you are sick. Like you remember when we were in COVID period, like people used to quarantine, meaning they would like isolate you in a special, like in an empty room or in your own room, so that you don't like contaminate and spread the disease. The word quarantine comes from Italian for 40. So quarantine means 40 days in Italian. And back in the days, when a country comes from, when a ship comes from a different, like a different country, they used to quarantine it, like they keep it somewhere for 40 days until they make sure that there is no disease on the ship. Grace, if you suffer from a fever, you need to see a doctor and get some medications. We say medicine or medications, both are correct. Wonderful sentence, Grace. COVID-19 infected our friends. Now he should take pills and go to the store wearing a mask. Don't remind us of what happened in 2020, man. That year, I don't remember what happened during that year. Quest, you are the bestest. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, let me see if we still have any other one. All right, vocabulary. Okay. But we did this one, I think, in the previous one, so I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip it. I apologize. I think I'm gonna skip it. I will do one more exercise, maybe for grammar. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. Okay, let me. All right. If you guys don't mind, let me very quickly change. Joy. You, the quest. You are very fast. You are very fast. Do you want me to go back? I want to share with you something new. So if you guys don't mind, if you can wait for me 1 second, because we already did this one. All right. He goes to school every day. The quest. You can wait for me. Yes, absolutely. He goes to school every day. What about number two? I didn't went to the party. What about number two? Wonderful. Yes. So I didn't go to the party because in the past simple, the second, like the verb that comes after the auxiliary, of course, he doesn't. She doesn't have a car. Perfect. Nice. All right. Let's check number two. Yes, I didn't go. Always after didn't, the verb should go to the infinitive. I was tired. We were tired. Exactly, Grace. I like that you gave us also the pronouns that we use was with, which is I, he, and she. Absolutely. My friend Eldar says, go to the party. That was it. Yes. She doesn't. Very good. Eldar, absolutely. We were tired. Yes, absolutely. As I said, Grace corrected number four very well. She says, either we can say I was or we were. A dog is barking. Here, well, here we have dogs. Yeah, exactly. Here we should say the dogs are barking. That's the difference. Because in your case, the quest, you are changing three words. You are changing a, you are changing dog, and is barking. Okay. Let's probably do one more exercise. Okay. Okay. Yes. So I would love for you to correct for me this one this time. And this is, by the way, a very common mistake that I see a lot. I got it wrong. It's okay. It's okay. It's just because you had to change two words, but the others they changed only one word, which is a. They changed it into the. I agree with you. Absolutely. I agree. And by the way, this is a very common mistake. Good grace, we can say I do agree with you if we want to emphasize, if we want to to put more emphasis. Absolutely. But mostly we say I agree and not we never say agree. All right. He didn't went to work. I think we already corrected this one. He didn't go. She very tired yesterday. She very tired yesterday. She very tired. And notice, please, yesterday, right? Yesterday. Wonderful. Wonderful. We cannot say she is, right? Because here we have yesterday. Absolutely. Grace and the quest, you are doing a great job. I have 25 years old, and I think this one will be the last one. I have 25 years old. Where is the mistake here? And again, this is a very common mistake, especially with people who speak French, who speak Arabic as their first language. They often make this mistake. The question I am. I am 25 years old. Sinu says, I'm 25 years old. And that's absolutely it. We never say I have 25, we say I am 25 years old. And with that, guys, I think we come to the end of this live stream. I'm sorry if it seems that things are not scheduled well, but as I said, since I'm traveling, I have a lot of other engagements. Sometimes I travel at night, sometimes I have some guests coming in. So for the month of August, I think things will not be very. You can hear a lot of noise outside. So as I said, things in August will not be very stable, but I hope starting from September, we will start. Nayef, how are you? Starting from September, where will you come live next? Normally Friday, but well, I'm gonna tell you if I'm gonna change the time. So thank you so much, guys. I'm sorry again for this instability that you feel in the live streams. I hope things will be stable in the